Pieces to start with the star bloom, so we don't have to be defeated, y'all. We're gonna share these messages. Um, we recorded. I'm just gonna share the cards and share the message that I basically received. So the cards that we had once again was beauty and compassion. I can show y'all the cards. Beauty, compassion, and your leadership, causing breakthroughs. Come on, you're the horse. And simplicity, inner sanctuary, recognizing miracles, and on the bottom of the deck, 101, in gratitude, honoring your healing. Listen, y'all, if we allow ourselves to be representative of self, regardless of whatever is occurring around you, you will see that a finite line, is cultivated in space and in time that doesn't require your tending to. A lot of the times in these constructs, we are aware that there is this desire to control or maintain some form of power, um, due to a lot of people's um, embedded, issues, with scarcity, with lack, with the need to control due to the desire of not being controlled, fear, and a lot of the times when you are in the truth, especially when you're dealing with the spiritual, realms, when you're dealing with that which is, you can't control it. A lot of the times, a lot of things aren't even capable of you perceiving them unless you are at a certain rate and a frequency. And as I've stated to a lot of my clients, even if you think about it in the perspective of like the movie The Avatar, how I don't know all the characters, y'all, but basically how dude he goes up into the mountains and he basically has to attach himself to, I believe it's like some form of like a dragon. And basically it's like if the animal tries to kill you, then it's chosen you. And if you basically conquer it, that basically pairs you and makes you together. It took, this one individual to actually think beyond the spaces of fear and to go above and have that eagle perspective to be able to even land on the back, of the dragon, energy that, allowed him to be at a certain 303 alignment within the, community for him to gain the respect so he could offer the message. A lot of the times we don't understand what breakthrough will occur for us because we don't allow ourselves to live in that which is the truth, and we don't represent what it is that we are actually charging forward to. One thing that I know to be true, regardless of whatever is occurring, a leader never really needs permission to lead. They are always charged with the, with the title of leadership. It's who they are. It's innate, it's finite. It's something that leaves from them as in a natural will that they can't shut off and they can't shut down. And when you recognize that and you allow yourself to be in the simplicity of it, and I feel like the simplicity of it is not trying to charge or force, it's answering a call. A lot of the times we don't even allow ourselves to be on social media sharing our gifts, sharing our messages, because we are always so constantly in a need to respond, and it's out of spite, and there's so much shadow work that could be done to not being called and forced into basically making statements and truly aligning to the simplicity of inner sanctuary so that you can come back and offer, a true prophesized message which aligns people to the true miracles that have always been present for us to perceive, yet we may not necessarily allow ourselves to see them because we don't allow ourselves to be representative of the gratitude that is present for us. One of the things that I love about being connected to my ancestors is the infinite rate of gratitude that goes unknown. That's so unspoken, but it's so deep and it's so heavy because of the amount of healing that is occurring in me, even just being able to speak and say their names. me being able to be at a rate to recognizing that this isn't the end, that it's always a transition into something greater. And being able to understand that allows me the ability to actually connect my blood, to ancient memories that have always been there dormant, waiting for someone to come knocking, waiting for someone to come asking questions, to be able to decide for themselves at what rate they're going to show up and be at. Somebody basically told me, like, hey, we're all basically living in this space, and it doesn't necessarily matter what you attribute yourself to be. It's what you allow yourself to open up to, what you're willing to accept and allow. Be it an accept and allow state that allows you to walk into the breakthroughs for you to actually gain the compassion that you're asking, this world, the in spaces, the love, the connections that you're making, asking Big Mama to give to you. You can actually align to it within yourself, and you'll see the beauty of it based off of how you are in representation of how you are leading, the charge for your life. Stop being forced into engaging with people from your lower rate. Allow yourself to align to what you are tuning to. Be so selfish in making things, very, very simple on your journey, but not, shunning away the intricate steps that are necessary for us to be able to move into the positions that we are being called into at this point. I hope that this message allows you to be aligned to your truth. Don't force it. Allow it to be whatever it is. Stop responding, y'all. Okay? A lot of the times we get so caught up responding to whatever. I'm not gonna lie. I used to be big on it. I used to wait for people to piss me off for me to go towards things, but that's one of the things that you'll learn, that you get to heal once you start to accept you and you start to love you. You'll learn that you're worthy enough for you to create. So my creation doesn't have to come from a forced engagement. You'll learn that you are enough to go back and retrieve. So when you go retrieve the things and you cultivate, you in representation of this my Meemaw's gift, this my Pawpaw's, buried lesson. This is the treasure that's been sitting at the base of my chakra, the base of my root, and I'm gonna go get this, and I'm gonna be in an enlightened state and right within myself, within my team, within, and it becomes a different type of energy. Our conversations would even alter and change. We won't be so catty. We won't be so bitter. It'll the spiritual community would be like more actually spiritually aligned to things that are spiritual instead of being 3D, you know. And it's no dig to anybody or anything. 744. It's just we have so many plethora of potentials if we align ourselves to that which is, because we are, you are, I am, you know, and we don't force things because we're trying to control it, because we're in fear, anxious, unaware, not capable of fully surrendering, because we can't fully perceive what we may not necessarily know, and we know that we don't know everything. So it's one of those spaces where true surrender aligns you with true gratitude that allows you to show up in a rate of leadership, not because you're trying to take on a title, but because you're in representation of what you're doing, you know. Do it what you say you're doing. A lot of times people don't have to listen to you. They'll see it in your life. They'll see it in your walk. They'll see it in how you show up. Proof is always in the pudding. So take that turtle stroke. Keep moving forward. Don't keep on pausing, waiting for other people to participate with you. Just keep on doing what it is that you've been saying, and you'll be the representation as your life will be the blueprint. I love y'all.